started this video, I gave you the formula for the triangle. Area is a half of the base times the height, because it says, using your work from Tuesday to the left, find the area of the triangle if x equals 3 halves and the height of the triangle was 6x plus 10. So, the base, well, the area is 1 half. The base was 4x plus b, right? But we found that b equaled what yesterday? 17. So I'm just going to erase that b and already make it a 17. Times the height was 4. Oh, no, what the height's telling me is 6x. Excuse me. 6x plus 10. So this is where we start, okay? And then, what did we find for x yesterday? Or what is it telling us what x is today? 3 halves. So I'm going to go back now and I'm going to rewrite it again. 1 half times 4/1 times, this should now be a bracket, x is 3 halves plus 17 times 6, oh, I should make it look better, 6/1 times x is again 3 halves plus 10. Are you guys with me so far? Okay, so then I'm going to leave my 1 half, and then I've got 4/1 times 3/2. Cross cancel by 2, so this becomes a 2, this becomes a 1. 2 times 3 is 6, 6/1 is just 6, right? So I have 6 plus 17. Now, you guys understand that? And then it is times, okay, 6 and the 2 can be reduced by 2, so this becomes a 3. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 10. So then I have a half times, what's 6 plus 17? What?
23.
And 9 plus 10 is 19. I can do a half times all of this, or what I'm going to do, I'm going to take 23 times 19 and then I'm just going to divide it by 2. Isn't that the same thing? Okay, so I'm going to do over here 23 times 19. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 2 is 18 plus 2 makes 20. Add my 0, cross off what I've used. So I have 437. So now I take the 437, because that's what I multiplied by, and I divide it by 2. 2 goes into 4 twice. 2 goes into 3 once, with 1 left over. 2 goes into 17 8 times, which is 16, so I'm adding a decimal, adding a 0. We said it was only 16 times, so we have 1 left. 2 goes into 10 5 times. So my final answer is 218.5. And I just did the short division. Sometimes you can just do short division.
Can you
Yes.
put the remainder into like 1
Sure. Yep. Yes.
Wouldn't that be squared?
But then you would have, if you're going to have something squared, your label would be squared, and there's no label like inches squared or feet squared. Because if I would put squared here, that means I'm trying to square this whole number.
Oh.
So it's only, good question, but it's only squared if I have a label. All right, number 2 gives us the problem. 8b plus 6b equals a negative 12 plus 8b plus 4b. Draw my line. What should I do?
And,
What should I do? Combine what I have alike, right? So 8b and 6b makes what? 14b equals, I'm gonna keep the negative 12 by itself, and then ab plus 4b is what? 12b. Now I'm going to leave the negative 12 because I'm just gonna put my b over here with the other b. Does that make sense? So I'm adding the additive inverse. I'm gonna subtract 12b, subtract 12b. These cancel each other out, so now I have 2b equals a negative 12. So then I need to divide by 2, and b is now equal to a negative 6. How many of you, yes?
I did that a little bit differently, but sort of.
Okay,
I did not combine. Basically the only difference.
okay, so you took like the AB over here, or this AB over here, and then, that's fine. It's easier and it'll save you later from too much confusion when you get more letters in here. Always learn to first combine anything that you have alike, okay? How many of you got number 2 right? Excellent. Alright, number 3. It says in the problem to the left, so we had to use that problem to the left again. So isn't it important that we are now keeping all of our bell work so we can go back and use those answers? In the problem to the left, you just remembered that the tax rate was 5%. Now how much change would you get back if you paid with 2 $100 bills? Well, we found out that 80 cents a piece, it was $153 and 60 cents for the 192 tiles. You guys remember that? Okay, so now I need to take this times my 5%. 5%. To change it to a decimal, I move the decimal 2 places to the left. So now I multiply by 0.05. 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 6 is 30, 15, 16, 17, 18, 25, 26, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I start at the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So sales tax is going to be $7.68. I have to add that to my $153.60 of what it's going to cost for my tiles. And I get $161.28. So that's the total cost now for my tile. Did anybody take the $153.60 times 105%? You can do that, right? You just don't have to add anything on later because you're paying 105%. So now it needs to know how much I'm going to get back change. I'm going to pay with 2 $200 bills, so that's $200 minus $161.28. We have to do a lot of borrowing. Make sure you are borrowing and doing everything step by step correctly. So then this is 2, 7, decimal point, because then it just becomes so much easier. So I'm going to get $38.72 in change. How many of you got number 3 right? Okay, so those that don't have your hand up, you're making the corrections. Number 4, we have z over 2 plus 26 is greater than or equal to 17.5. I had a very good question yesterday saying, I'm getting confused on when to change this to a fraction like 1/2, or if I can just leave it as a divided by 2. You only change this to a fraction if I'm going to combine it with another z. Do I have another z to combine it to? So just leave it the way it is for right now. And then I'm going to subtract my 26 from both sides. So if I do that, these cancel each other out. I have a positive and a negative, so I need to do what? What do I do when I have a positive and a negative? What do I do when I do have a positive and a negative?
Subtract.
Okay, put your 26 on top, lining up your decimals. That's a 0. Make sure you're borrowing correctly. 15 minus 7 is 8. So this would be a negative 8.50 because 26 is the greater number and it's negative. So now I have z divided by 2. So now, if I'm dividing, what's the opposite of dividing?
Multiplication.
Multiplication, so I'm going to multiply by 2, multiply by 2. So z is greater than or equal to, well, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 5 is 10, 16, 17, 2 decimal places, 2 decimal places. Don't forget it stays negative. I don't switch the sign because I multiplied by a positive number. If I multiply by a negative number, that's when the sign changes. Write an inequality that represents the graph below. This is an open circle. So x, and it is pointing greater. So x is going to be greater than 5. So you had it right.
That's 3.
That's 3.
Oh, that's a 3. Okay, thank you. Man, you can't tell me my eyesight's getting bad already.
I thought it was a 5 too.
Okay, see, we're on the same page. But then I see it now. I should have taken my time.
You need to do 10 push-ups now.
I know. A video streaming service offers unlimited movies for $15 per month or $1.99 per movie. Graph an inequality that represents when the unlimited offer is better. Okay, so we've got to figure this out. If I've got limit offers movies for $15 per month or $1.99 per movie, we need to know when $1.99 gets greater than $15. So what number would I multiply $1.99 by? Well, what's $1.99 close to? Well, it's close to 2, right?
Yeah.
2 times what is close to 15? 7. But I'm gonna go up one more. So I'm gonna take $1.99 times 8. 72 plus 7 makes 79. And that becomes $15.92. So I just got over the $15 by ordering 8 movies. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand what I kind of did in my head? I figure, okay, this is close to $2, so 2 times what's going to get me just over 15. So that's why I tried 8, because 8 times 2 is 16. But I had to do my math to make sure. Then we have to graph it, and when you graph, it said, graph an inequality that represents when the unlimited offer is better. So it's going to be better when it's 8 or greater, right? So I just need to put in some numbers. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Make sure you have arrows on the end. It can be 8 or greater. So if you're renting movies and you rented 8 already for the month, you want to do the unlimited offer of $15. That was actually number 6. All right, number 7. For which statement is the unit rate equal to 8? This is what we're working on our chapter this week and what we just started. So we have Lisa lost 8 pounds in 8 weeks. So A would be 8 pounds in 8 weeks. You take 8 divided by 8, which just would be 1. It says, for which statement is the unit rate equal to 8? Well, that obviously doesn't work. B, ye drove 400 miles in 8 hours. So it's 400 miles in 8 hours. I divide 400 divided by 8 and I get 50 miles per hour. Well, that doesn't equal 8. Oh, thank you. C, 80 people in 10 rows at the movies. 80 people per 10 rows, which would be 80 divided by 10, which is 8. Do I even need to do the last one? Nope, because I found my answer. But to set up the unit rate in D, it says there are 100 shirts in 8 drawers. You would put 100 shirts in 8 drawers. And then you do the division, and actually it is 12.5. And number 8. Which is a better deal on the can of cream of mushroom soup? Alright. These are tags that I was talking about the other day that you see underneath in the grocery aisle. This is right underneath on that bar. You guys know the shelf that your food is on? It's on that tag, and it will say the price is $1.39, and it says it's like cream of mushroom soup, and here it says unit price, 9 cents per ounce. Then here's another can of cream of mushroom soup for $1.69, and it says the unit price is 9 cents per ounce. So is there a better deal here? Yes or no? No. It's not a better deal because the unit price is the same. If the unit price is the same, that means the unit cost is the same. You just can't see how many ounces that is in that can. So maybe this can is a smaller can than that can. Does that make sense? Go ahead and take pictures